Hey everybody, Brett from Astartes Gaming here, back with what will most likely be part 10 of our Minecraft Ancient Warfare Let's Play. And I say most likely because I've recorded this episode maybe 3 times and I just can't... We've basically hit a giant roadblock. Um, so we have progressed about as far as we can progress until we get diamonds. And so far, we've come up completely dry in that regard. Um, let's head over to the mine really quick. So you can see they've dug all the way, you can't really see that well, but they've dug all the way down to bedrock. And we haven't gotten anything other than some iron and some gold. I've climbed down there, you can see my ladder thing all the way down there. And you may have noticed my level's considerably lower than it probably was last episode, and that's because a skeleton, the ladder used to be over here, and a skeleton in that cave shot me off of it, and I fell down the entire mine shaft and landed in about a 3 deep pit of lava. So if that doesn't kill you, I don't know what will. But yeah, it killed me. I lost all my armor and my tools, so I had to remake them all. Got a new ladder over here that's a little bit safer. And let's go to bed before anything happens. You may notice this here. I decided... between episodes, I fenced all this off, and I noticed that it really didn't do anything because the spiders would just hop it and the skeletons would just shoot over it. And so my guards were dying in droves because they were too dumb to, do anything about it other than just stand there. So I packed up all the soldiers until further notice, and I'm going to build a wall around the city. Here's a map of the town and the surrounding area. You can see the wall. Hang on, let me zoom in. You can see the wall along the top there. I'm going to try to surround the entire city, obviously. I'm not going to build this yet because I would like to expand our city out to the water and build a docks. But we'll see how that goes. And then in this direction, I'm going to put my manor up on this hill over here. And so we'll probably have the wall come and join with the manor and just wrap it around. And then obviously it'll need to come down here. I'm not sure what to do about this because I don't want to expand the city this far out. And so I'll have to see what I'm going to do about that. It might have to go outside the wall and the wall will come across it or something. But we'll probably come down around here. And then obviously I want to expand out to there. Now there's an enemy castle over here that I've seen. I don't know if I've showed it to you guys on camera. But once we get a little bit more self-sufficient to where I don't need to micromanage everything, we will probably build a small little army and go take that for ourselves. And you guys can throw me some names. We'll call it like Fort something. I don't know. Over here is the village. Well, it's more of a city than a village, really. This is where we looted all of the books and stuff that I have. I couldn't find any potatoes, unfortunately, but yeah, there is a city there. It's completely abandoned. Down here is where these... it's either mountain, like snowy mountains, or extreme hills. I'm not sure. The biome's kind of weird looking. It might be extreme hills. But there's a lot of spruce trees, and that's where I've been getting the spruce trees for our floors. But you can kind of see the snow and the mountain caps here. That's also where I found the cows. So yeah, that's kind of our world as we know it at the moment. So yeah, what I was saying before about the roadblock is... oh, that's not what we want. I was making decorations for the church. Trade is what we need in order to start building the warehouse blocks. Well, yeah, the warehouse blocks, so the warehouse management block and the warehouse storage blocks. It's also what we need to start making couriers. And so obviously that's going to be a big part of getting our city self-sufficient. Because if I have to shuttle everything around from one place to the next, nothing's going to get done if I leave the city to build a new one or, whatever. So in order to do that, we need 3 diamonds, some emeralds, some gold, and some books. And obviously we have the gold in the books, albeit not a lot of them. But we don't have any diamonds, and we don't have any emeralds. And so 1 emerald isn't that tough, but 3 diamonds, the way I see it is that's essentially 6, because I need at least 3 diamonds to make myself a diamond pickaxe so that we can get obsidian, which is going to be a big deal, because obviously we want to get to the nether. And I mean, the reasons are pretty obvious, but I've got a more specific reason that I'll show you guys in a second. So yeah, that's the major hole in our plan right now. Also, to advance some of these, we're going to need certain blocks from the nether. And so we're going to need at least 6 diamond to start progressing here. Machinery we also can't do until we get combustion, because we need to be able to make steel, which we do not have access to yet. So in the meantime, I've just been kind of building. And so obviously, number one, let's get closer for you guys so you can see a little better. Number one, build the warehouse for storage. Now, I'll show you guys the warehouse in more detail in a second, but that's it over there. We ran by it already, I think. 2 is going to be build an apothecary and a reed farm. And then 3 is map the surrounding area. I already checked that one off. So let's go look at the apothecary. Again, I fenced off the whole area just to keep these guys kind of locked in here. But I've made myself a way out and back in. So this is where the apothecary is going to go. And this is how I kind of plan out. And I hear a skeleton. He's probably down there. This is the cave I've been using in the past. I just kind of made this bigger so nothing comes out of it. But yeah, so what I do is I put a log every 3. Well, 3 in between. And if you look closely, that's how I built all of these. You know, there's some exceptions, like this is only 2. If you look at the warehouse, the stairs are only 2. I'll go inside and show you guys more of that in a second. And then these are 4. But yeah, I like using this kind of, it's real modular, because then you have a nice like grid, a nice gridded building, and you can say, okay, I want to turn this grid into like the storage area, and I want to turn like this larger grid into like the housing area, and then like this 2x1 grid will be like the deck or something, you know. So it's really cool modular way to build, and it makes it really easy to kind of plan out what you want to do with the building. And so that's what I've been doing, is, you know, throw those down. I fill in what I want to fill in with cobblestone. I go up about 2 high. In the case of the warehouse, I went a little bit higher, just because I wanted it to look like a real heavy, solid building. And so yeah, the apothecary will go here. I'm going to put a mushroom farm inside of it, a reed farm out back here in this water, and then I'm also going to put our brewing stand when we get one in here. And so obviously for the brewing stand, we need to be able to get to the nether. In order to get to the nether, we're going to need obsidian. In order to get obsidian, we're going to need diamonds. And so we're right back where we started, with kind of being at an impasse. So let's go look at the warehouse. And I'm not sure, this is kind of just a filler episode, to be honest, because I can't do anything until we get those diamonds other than just keep building. So that's what I've been working on between episodes, is this wall here. And my idea, as you can see, this area is pretty open. I'm going to build the wall 4 high. It's only 3 high right now. But on the 4th, I'm going to put stairs jutting out so that nothing can climb up the side, like spiders. And then I'll put fences along the tops of those stairs. They'll be upside down. Do I have any stairs to show you? No, I don't. So they'll be upside down, if you can imagine it. And the fence will be running along those. And so that'll give us a 2 wide walkway so that I can have guards patrolling it. And then here, basically on either side of where the gate is going to go, which is, you know, right here, are going to be guard towers that jut up over it so that they can look out even higher over the thing. And then right here, I'm going to put an iron gate that opens. I'll probably do the one that opens laterally to each side rather than the one that goes up. And then in front of that, I might dig a moat and put a drawbridge, since we haven't used the drawbridge yet. But that's the plan, at least as far as I've gotten. And this basically runs from that farmhouse to the start of the quarry over there. And then just to give you guys an idea of what I was talking about with my manor, I'm going to build it up here on this hill. So either on this hill or on that one, but I want it to be looking over the city, and then this wall will come and wrap around and join the manor. So the manor will essentially have its own wall that comes in with the city wall. And it'll be a pretty big, fancy building. I'd like to do like a I don't know, maybe like a fast forward build of it so you guys can see it, but that might be too hard because I am building these on survival mode, so you know, I've got to run to bed every time it gets dark. So I might not be able to do that. But I would like to show you guys how I build this because I've had a couple people ask me to show a little bit, and so I might do that with the apothecary over here at some point, but we don't really need that building immediately, so I mean, until we get, well, you know, we have the stuff to make the mushroom farm and the reed farm, so maybe we should do that. Although I don't think I have enough spruce wood to finish it right now. I have to go harvest. What we do need, and actually I said I'd show you guys this in more detail. So let's go ahead and go in. I need, I'm going to put some roll-up doors right here. Sort of like the one, I don't know if I want to do a gated one or the wooden one, but I want to put 2 big doors here so it looks like a loading bay. And then obviously we've got the front door here. So this is, you know, pretty cut and dry. It's essentially the same style I've been using. Spruce slab floors. Same goes for the upstairs. I went with a little bit more logs just so the building looks sturdier. So the floor looks like it's reinforced by these logs here. And I'm going to put a crafting area here. I've already got the engineering station. I'm going to put a research table there and a chest here. Although the chest might not be necessary because this whole area is going to be filled with storage blocks. And then you may have noticed the stairs because I pointed them out. This goes up to this area here that I think is going to be the living quarters for the couriers. I haven't decided yet, but I'm pretty sure that's what I'm going to do. So this will just be loaded with beds and all the couriers will come up here during the nighttime. Because there'll be a lot of them running from place to place. So yeah, that's pretty much my plan at the moment. Looks like the sun's going down, so we need to get to bed. When we wake up, I'll probably need to run around and grab some food because I haven't been doing that. But as you guys can see, I have probably more food than they could ever eat. You know, I could leave for a while and they wouldn't starve for a long time. Let's get that iron in there. Those are pork chops. Some more steak. Wow, I'm running out of room here. Where were those pork chops? I need to clear my inventory. I got a lot of junk in there. This block next to me right here is a drafting table. It lets you can basically auto build like generic structures. I'm not interested in generic structures. I want everything in the city to look sort of, you know, the same architectural style as what I've been using. Okay, let's go get some food. Wait, no, let's go unload all the junk in my inventory. I'll take those with me, actually. And these are all building materials, so I guess I'll just hold on to them. Here's all the soldiers for now. I built an archer just to see if he fared any better, and no, he did not. He died his first night, so... Yeah, honestly, they were dying way more frequently than any of our workers were dying prior to that, so... I was just like, you know, this is not efficient. And I was wasting a ton of resources rearming them constantly, so... I just said, screw it. Let's pack these guys up. If you're wondering why the oak tree thing is so overgrown, I told him to stop working on it for a while and had him focus on the birch tree farm and the jungle tree farm. And so we've got a pretty steady supply of jungle wood now. So I don't need to, you know, creative mode anymore in to build the roofs of these buildings. And you may notice my scarecrows there. Just a little aesthetic touch. So let's go top off the food for our animals here and grab some pork chops. So let's grab those, and my inventory is full again, isn't it? Yeah, let's drop this off. We'll come back for that. Here's the horse stable, by the way. Don't have any horses yet, but we'll find some, I'm sure. I've got room for 6 in there. And I think we only have 4 saddles, so. Get rid of apples. Oh, I forgot to drop the saplings off. Whoops. Let's get this cooking. Whoops, no, I want it here. Okay, let's go. I don't think I need any more ladders. So let's get that steak and that leather. And like I said, eventually we'll have couriers doing all this, but that is going to be in the future because I can't make them yet. Okay, well, the leather can go here. And the coal, let's top these off. Oops. And we'll throw the rest in here. I need to get that warehouse soon because I'm running out of storage space. I had to build a whole new chest for the oak wood. This is kind of just the catch-all. This is Alex's old armor in here. And let's see, book sign. Actually, the warehouse signs we could put up, but I've got that area mostly fenced off, so it's going to be kind of a hassle. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about the wall. I'm going to try to pretty it up a little bit, but yeah, I'm kind of disappointed. It blocks the view, and I really liked being able to see all the stuff off in the distance. So that's kind of a bummer. I guess if you're up on the higher ground, you can still see it. But it was just such a hassle dealing with the constant. Every single morning, I had 1 to 2 soldiers dead, if not all 3. And they were the only ones dying because they sit there and try to attack across the fence instead of running and hiding. And the archer, I don't know what he was doing. He was just dying. So this wall is going to be 4 high. Nothing's going to be able to climb over it or shoot over it. We'll have a big open gate here. And I'm hoping that'll solve our problems. Obviously, we're going to do the same on the other side. But I'm not sure how big the city's going to expand yet, so I'm trying to hold off. Obviously, I need to know my boundaries before I lock them in. But I don't see us going much further than this right here. So I'll probably end up building it right here. And then let's actually talk about future plans for a second, since this is just basically a filler episode. It's basically, I don't like wasting episodes like this, but it had got to the point where I'd been playing. I'd recorded this episode twice. In between each of those recordings, I had played as much as I'd played between all the other episodes, and so I didn't want to be one episode, we come back to the next episode and the city's twice the size. So I wanted to kind of break it up and just show you guys what's been going on, even though we can't really advance forward. So let's talk about the future. This is probably a little bit premature, but I always want your guys' input on this because I want you guys to, have some stake in this rather than just watching me do whatever I want to do. So we've got 2 biomes, well 3 really, on our borders. Up here, there is a swamp biome. Down here, there is a snowy, extreme hills, mountains biome thing. And then over on this side, there's a mushroom biome. For our next city, I'm considering either the snow or the swamp. And sticking with our Skyrim motif, if we go to the snow area, I'm going to build, we're going to use a wind helm style architecture. So it's going to be very, very angular and a lot of stone. I'll probably use stone bricks instead of cobblestone, just because we're tired of looking at cobblestone. Less wood. If we use any wood, it'll be darker spruce wood, I think. So yeah, that's the plan there. If we go to the swamp biome first, well, or at all, I'm going to use more a Riften style architecture. And so the city's going to probably be 2 tiers. There'll be a lower tier over the water, and then an upper tier up on top of that. That'll be, open to the lower ones. So there'll be decks that you can look down and see the lower part of the city. But it's going to be mostly wood. We'll be using a lot of logs for the buildings, more like a log cabin type look rather than this. I went for like a Nordic look, but it's kind of hard in Minecraft. And this was just sort of generic. I was sort of shooting for like a Whiterun style architecture, but since then I think I've developed a better way to do that. So if we end up in like a plains area or like a grasslands or whatever it's called, wherever the acacia wood grows, if we end up there, I'll build a more Whiterun looking town. But yeah, that's sort of the plan for now. Let me know which you think is more interesting. I'm not sure what's off this direction. I haven't wandered that far because it gets very hilly and mountainous, and so it takes a long time to travel that area. How are we doing on time? Whoops. Okay, so we're already at like 21 minutes. So apparently I just talked about nothing for 20 minutes. But yeah. So here's the church. I spruced it up a little bit. Other than that, yeah, I don't know that much has happened other than the gate and the wall, the warehouse. I guess we can make the doors for this, since I don't like crafting things like that off camera. I like to show you guys, well, A, how to do it, how to implement it, and then B, that I'm doing it legitimately and not hacking it in. So let's clear all of the deco craft junk. Grab our book. And oh, by the way, when we get closer to building a dock, I might add a boat mod so I can make some ships. I don't know how much water is out there. I couldn't tell if it was like a finite lake or if it was more like an open ocean. But either way, I'll probably add a boat mod so we can make some actual decent ships rather than just the little wooden boat that Minecraft comes with. So what are we building? Gates. Do I want to build... I think I kind of want to do the wooden ones, because that looks more like a roll-up door where this... Yeah, let's do these, and we'll do them vertically. So I just need 6 stone, well, 12 stone, 4 wood, and 2 redstone. That's not a problem. I have plenty of stone already cooked up in here. And I have the wood in my inventory, I just need redstone. So let's do this. It's 1 and 2. And let's get this out of the way. Where'd they go? Are they still sitting over here? Yes, they are. That inventory thing always throws me off. Okay, looks like he's hungry. I still need names for the miners too, guys. Oh, by the way, before I forget, Jif Almighty requested that we name a priest after him, and so here's Jif. Jif. The other priest I packed up in a chest because they just keep getting into trouble and it's easier to babysit one instead of 2. And then obviously if the other one dies, we just bring the other one back and he brings everybody back. So let's do this. We hit Z, we go up and over. And I don't know if I'm doing this right. I just keep basically spamming Z until it goes. Ooh, I don't like how narrow that is. You know what? How do I destroy this? Okay. I'm gonna do this. We probably have to build another one because I think that got destroyed and not just taken down. So let's go Z. Stretch it across, bring it up, hit Z a couple more times. There we go. So that looks more like a warehouse door to me. Okay, so I'm gonna go, oh, come on, close, there we go. I'm gonna go to bed and we'll break off the episode. I'll build the other one between episodes, I guess, and hopefully in the next episode we'll be able to get a little bit more done than, you know, just planning. So thank you guys for watching. Sorry we had to kind of take a breather this episode, but you know, that's just the way it worked out. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you back here for part 11 of our Minecraft Ancient Warfare Let's Play.